Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. And today we're looking at the new Viaje Summerfest 2020. It's a 6x52 Toro with a brushed foot. Now, you're saying that looks familiar. Where have I seen that? Maybe on the Lunatic Torch. If you notice, they both have the same type foot. And guess what? Aganorsa makes these cigars. So now, of course, they don't look alike. You can see by the color, they're not exactly the same, and they're not the same animal. So let's dispatch that right away. Viaje Summerfest. You've just heard everything I know about this cigar because they don't tell you anything. Viaje doesn't tell you anything, so that makes it easy. Let's get right to it. The new Viaje Summerfest. Okay, just for fun, you want to see the density of the unfinished foot? Again, there's a nice, it's real ragged looking, isn't it? All right, let's get the test draw here. Give it a cut, a clip, snip. Oh, good. It's a good draw. The lighter is getting suspiciously low on fuel, but I want it to go out pretty much before I refill it, if that's possible. So let's make sure this works. That's a very nice cedar citrus, a lot of brown sugar, touch of cinnamon there, a very, average amount of nutmeg, and it's of a very dry-ish version, dry pasty version. A little leather, new leather, and a nice little black coffee base. So that's how you start there. All right, the pepper, nice black pepper, about 7.5. So those are your initial flavors. I would call that a pretty good start. A lot of good sweetness, adequate amount of low-level notes of the leather and the coffee, and the nutmeg is not intrusive, but it's just a bridge. So let's see what we have at the first third. I'm not at the first third, but I wanted to let you know that after you burn past that brushed foot, which had no wrapper, and when you get to the wrapper, you will get much more of the leather notes, and the high-pitched sweetness that was only apparent at the light up is quite a bit subdued after that. So I wanted to let you know it makes that change right after you burn through the brushed foot. Here at the first third, and that time is correct, and I am not doing anything weird or different with it. It's just very slow burning, which is a very good thing. Now you still have your cedar citrus, more of cedar now. Same flavor notes, basically, okay? The nutmeg is now sort of a rough texture to it. It might be due to the elevated leather affecting that. Medium bodied at this point. Finish has a little bit of a quasi citrus flavor, a little brown sugar and leather and nutmeg, and an average amount of lingering black pepper. But now the flavors on the front end are starting to congeal into one big flavor ball. The leather and nutmeg are sort of getting really mixed and combined, intertwined with that cedar slash citrus and brown sugar. And the black coffee is just riding a nice little even low keel base. But the cigar is very good. The way the flavors are mixing make it very appealing. 94 for the first third. This is a good first third. And let's just see what we have moving forward. End of the second third, and again, that time is correct. It is incredibly slow burning. Now, the flavor is about like they were in this second third. The moving stage, the nutmeg and leather are starting to creep up a little more, and it's taking away just a touch of the sweetness. Same old record we've heard before, but the cigar is still very enjoyable, so I'm only lowering the score to 93. Doesn't have quite the intensity of the sweetness, but overall, the flavor mix is still very good. Maybe it's medium to full now. It's not overly powerful, but I'll give it medium to full. The finish by and large is unchanged. So here in the second, third, the changing stage, it did change a little bit, not unexpected, but it's not enough to hurt it very much. So let's see. We can live with a 93. Let's see what the final third brings. Well, we're down to the end. It's a nice long one, so let's wrap it up. You know, it sort of kept going about the same way it was in the second third. The leather notes and the nutmeg were still elevated, but the sweetness was fighting hard to come back and make a resurgence. It did somewhat slip back up, but it didn't quite get to where it was in the first third. So I'm going to hold 93 for the second third. This is a very enjoyable cigar and an incredible burn time. What was it? 153 to this point? Can't argue with that. Medium to full, and the finish is pretty much unchanged. But this is a good cigar. I mean, Viajes are kind of hit and miss with me, but this one is pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot, and tremendous burn time. So there you have it, the Summerfest 2020 by Viaje 93.67.